Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to day 42 of Blueprints and episode 61, give or take one. Oh boy, welcome back to Blueprints. I am very excited to see what we can find today. So where are we at? What's the status of the game? What's the status of etc.? Well, we have gained access to the Blackbridge server place, the Blackbridge Grotto, and then the Blackbridge servers via a admin key. We have gained access to the safe house. We've started to figure out how to power up rooms. However, this one right here, day 42, is cursed. Each time we draft a bedroom, we'll lose a footstep. Each time we draft a hallway, we'll lose a key. Each time we draft a green room, we'll lose a diamond, a gem. And each time you draft a shop, you will lose a coin. Some of those are a lot worse than others. I think hallway and green room is real bad. And red rooms, of course, mean that you lose all of the above, which is pretty fucking terrible. So I have low hopes for this run, if I'm being 100% honest. But I don't think that could stop us from still making progress of one sort or another. However, I am going to kind of rein in my expectations. Well, let's just see what we can learn today. I do think one thing we should probably do... I don't think... My immediate thought here is Schoolhouse could actually be kind of a nice run to try here. Because the thing about Schoolhouse is it allows me to redraft, and so I probably won't end up with many red rooms or etc. I still think it would be pretty ugly to try and make it work. Do we have any items? Let's just take it. Fuck it. Let's just take it. We have no items. So, that's interesting. So if I had to like pick some things that I'd be most interested in working towards today, first off, I just picked Schoolhouse, so that's probably related to something. Second off, I know we can accomplish some progress of some sort during this episode because we're going to go do it at the very start. We're going to go read all of the emails that we can access via the Blackbridge Grotto. From there, I would also like to try and draft Armory. My goals are pretty small for this episode, for this run. Read all this stuff, run an experiment, as always, and then draft Armory so that I can hopefully get the torch so that I can bring it back outside. Those are things that I think I could accomplish even with the curse on me. Okay. So, I don't think that any of the different admin keys necessarily do anything different, but we are going to find out. It's maybe that. So I basically what I should say is I have a question, an open question in my mind that I'm unsure about the answer to, which is currently in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It says admin key more R. We know that there are different admins. I don't know. Let me write down Kimberly Thompson's and circle it as a thing to try. Just because if we end up using it, I wonder if we will have access to different pieces of information, you know? We know these are expired, which is why this one didn't work when I originally tried it. And then I guess we better try Ann Babbage's as well. Just to see. We read their user database recently. Admin logs. The last cables have finally been laid. The office terminal has been connected to the central network. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms in the estate, we chose to install the server outside of the house to maintain connection stability at all times. A small cavern off of the eastern drive was selected for the server site. All remaining computer terminals on the estate are now connected to the network mainframe, and we will now begin testing remote access capabilities between them. I've also asked the Baron to come up with a name for the network. So the Baron comes up with Black Bridge. Network has been, after some deliberation, our network has been named Blackbridge, a somewhat ominous name for the project given the legend from which the term derives, though very fitting considering we chose an actual cave to house the mainframe. I only hope our servers do not suffer that same fate that befell those in the story. Regular maintenance report. Fixed a connection error that was occurring between the office and security. We have also added electronic mail capabilities to each terminal that can be accessed via the network. Recording capabilities of all cameras on the state have been disabled. Why? Additionally, the existing video playback functionality on the security terminal has also been removed. Why? So I get suspicious when I read our ability to play back the security cameras. Sorry, to record and to play back what we have recorded has been deleted. Generally, to me, that means a crime is coming. Then there are 2 deleted logs, the 2nd and the 3rd of March. Never mind, there's 1 million deleted logs. A bunch in March, a bunch in July? As requested yesterday, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. Okay? So it doesn't work with the 4 last name and then 1 first initial? Does somebody have a last name that is shorter? Randolph Moore, Hartley Ruota, Robert Nogula. Christoph T something, Bridget something, Mila something, Kimberly Thompson. Two deleted logs in August. Effective immediately, all electronic mail capabilities have been restricted. Now can only be accessed via the office terminal. All other terminal inboxes have been archived. Can only be restored via admin control. Temporary access to the mainframe in Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance. This was from September, then into January. Then January, a year later, temporary access has been restored to perform routine maintenance. Okay, so every January, updated access privilege for the following account types. Ann Babbage can access user database. Admin access means full access to all features. Archive access is full access plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database. Oh, fuck. So the puzzle is deeper. The puzzle is deeper. Now the puzzle is we need admin access. Sorry, archive access. So let me write this down. Archive access to BB. Okay, interesting. So somebody who is here, sorry. So there is an admin key which exists in the bottom right-hand corner that is not more R, which would allow us to read these deleted logs, as well as some other information. Archived admin logs. Deleted database entries. RTA is down. Remote terminal access is down while we work on a solution to reported terminal connection failures. Working again, terminal connections tested, confirmed functional to make future testing easier. Added ability to access offline terminals through the RTA when Blackbridge is open. Yes, very cool. That you've added the ability to now, for us to run a lab experiment from security. For 23 days or something like that, Hartley Ruota had access to the network. Kimberly Thompson was added 4 months later. I have no reason to distrust Kimberly Thompson. Obviously, Hartley Ruota and Denny Ravane. No, sorry. Hartley Ruota, we believe, very trusted by Sinclair. Danny Ravane, we know, very much not trusted. Christoph T, the carman, we also probably don't trust. Robert Nagula, the groundskeeper, has an interesting history too. Okay. Added new data management control. This is Kimberly. Added new data management features to Blackbridge admin control. Updated user database. Randolph Moore, changing of the guard in preparation for Simon's arrival. Inbound and outbound messages, as well as off-site connections from outside the estate, have been disabled per the instructions left by the Baron himself. So basically, you can't send or receive email, and you can't connect to anything off-site, or anything off-site can't connect to us. Perfect. Okay. I do not think right now that I'm going to screenshot this. However, one of my goals today is to screenshot all of the emails, because I've never screenshotted any of the emails in the game. I have no record of them, and I should have record of them in my big old picture folder. Data files. Import trophy data, duplicate save data, clear save data. That's very interesting. Utilizing the Blackbridge system, you can import trophy data from other save files into the current profile. This is a convenient way to collect trophies in one file that might be impossible to get in a single profile. Okay. So that's hilarious. This is actually just save key stuff. Okay. Or save file stuff. So I would say as of right now, our goal related to Blackbridge, Grotto, and the servers, and etc. Our goals are basically this. Read every email. Read email in each location. And screenshot them. So that's office, which I've already read, supposedly. Lab, shelter, and security. Find archive access key that would allow me to get in here and access the stuff that has been deleted. We need the non-redacted version of Blackbridge network admin controls. Related to that is to find out what these 3 additional delisted admin keys are. Now, I read the word delisted, and I don't think that means expired, disabled, archived. I think delisted means those 3 admin keys are still working, but they are not listed. Which kind of makes sense considering you've got these like weird... Why would you list all the admin keys in one place where anybody can... I don't know. I'm sure Ann Babbage didn't know all of the admin keys, but it's just funny to me to like, why would you... Randolph Moore probably for security's sake shouldn't know Kimberly Thompson's admin access key and vice versa, etc. But whatever. I don't know. 2-factor authentication. I think those are our basic goals. So, one of them is not the right. Let me. Oh yeah. And we should try all of the other ones. Real quick, let me try this. RUOTH. This admin key has been deactivated. Oh shit. Sorry. I literally just did the wrong one. More. So the thing I wanted to look at was this. And then, okay, the other thing is there's a question about the recording and security, so the security terminal, basically, functionality. I'm very interested to see if we can turn that back on. Because there's something going on with the security terminals, and I don't know if the goal is to turn it back on or to figure out who turned it off and why it was turned off. Because why it was turned off might also be interesting. So this one, there is a new admin key that is not typical length formatting. 72487. Let me just look at a couple things. 87. So the gardener's logbook wasn't even until 90. This one is 92. Okay. So who would have been around in 87? I don't know. In 87 compared to our notes. So, what did I say it was? 87, this is July. That's in the period where my mom is in the safe house planning alongside Caleb White and Manning. Caleb Manning, whatever. White and Manning. To rob the the letter. Or to rob the crown. It's been 6 months. Does the second archives book have? No, it's all old. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would tell me a date for when anybody new would have, like, yeah, this is for when Hartley is sort of retired. When did Kimberly Thompson start? I mean, she started later, right? And that's why she gets added as a... new turbine tests. Okay. Either way. Those are the things on my mind. I think we can call that good for now. We're going to need to go read some emails and see what information we can piece together there. So let's start drafting some rooms. We're going to need a bunch of classrooms. I'd love an armory. I'd love classrooms. I highly doubt we are going to be able to pull this off without a lot of... with our curse, but let's find out. Blue rooms, bedrooms lose us a footstep. Here's a new clue. Second time around. Sundial Publishing, by the way. 1988. I don't even need to read it. I just don't even need to read it. It's toying with my brain. Give me a classroom. Okay. We're going to need so many gems. This is going to be really interesting. We're just going to need so many gems to make this work. We'll get some footsteps. Break room with the puzzle gives us keys. West wing gives us access to more stuff, which is probably good. Hallways do what for us, though? Don't hallways steal a key? So that's fine. Draft the hallways now. Hallways steal a key. Oh boy, there's just no way we're gonna have enough. Okay, we lose a footstep by entering a bedroom. However, this one gains us 10 footsteps, so that's actually still fine. And then Geist Bedroom gives us dice, which is also kind of nice. Do I want extra footsteps, or do I want... Let's go Geist Bedroom for now. I think the dice is more worth it. This room... Our first time drafting while cursed. This is going to be real interesting. We'll take classroom, but I need to find a way to find gems. And I can't draft from this room until I figure that out. So let's go get den into wine cellar into something else nice. We could start with wine cellar here, that's fine. We're gonna need the gems. I don't like to do a dead end right there that quickly, but oh well. Den I think we'll still get a chance to do later. Let's go ahead and get a key here. And solve another break room puzzle, my favorite. So good at math. I'm gonna get my cheat sheet ready. Okay, 7. 3 squared is 9, plus 1 squared is still 9, or is 10. No. Sorry, you square after you've gotten there. So it's not 3 squared plus 1 squared. It's 3 squared is 9, plus 1 is 10 squared? Do you square both times? No, do you start with 1? 1 squared is 1. So I think it's technically 16 minus 14. Wait, but does it matter what order you add the numbers in? Wouldn't it? That was weird. I don't know if I liked that one. Couldn't that one have also been 3 squared is 9 plus 1 is 10, which gets squared to 100 minus 14? Anyways, 1 squared is 1. Multiplied by 1 is 1. Added to 1 is 2, which is squared to 4. Times 5 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. Minus 3 is negative 3. Divided by 3 is 1. Squared is 1. Times 4 is 4. I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. It just helps so much when I have my little sheet that helps me quickly determine what color it means what. Okay. So we'd lose a foot, but we'd gain a foot step by doing this. That's fine. Commissary would take a coin, and it's a dead end. And it would take a gem, frankly, but we could also buy a gem. We'll go commissary or bedroom here. So I need a little bit of we cannot take maid's chamber. I think it counts as both types of room. That'd be so bad. I guess we'll take pool here. We need some junctions. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? We need them. It's all right. Just don't get your hopes up. My goal for this run should be to keep my hopes down. Oh, boy. Take a classroom here. That's 3. Give me a 4th. So we can redraw here as often as we want. I think we have to take classroom here. Storeroom gets us 1 extra gem, but... I think we just have to keep going for... Oh, closed exhibit. Oh, boy. The doors in this room are security locked, which we cannot get into right now. We do not have a key card. I would love to take that room, though. Where the fuck is the classroom? Come on. Come on, guys. There it is. Okay. Parlor here is a thing I should take. However, my hope is that I can take those two common rooms in other situations. What is the rarity on classroom, technically? It is unusual, which is why I have to use the rerolls to get it. Whereas din and parlor are commonplace. Should be, right? As well as storeroom. I think that's the strategy. Yeah. Okay. This will be a dead end, but we'll get some footsteps. Okay, we're going to go to pool. We've added pump room. We've added sauna and locker room. Observatory here. We're on how many footsteps? We have 0 gems, so I can't actually take observatory. Damn it. Dormitory is too common. I'll just tell you that. We need gems now. This is the problem with my theory. If I don't get gems from drafting rooms, the run just ends. Patio goes the right way. I'm pretty sure patio green rooms take our gems away. So it's actually currently free to draft a green room. I can't draft it, though, because I don't have the gems. Fuck. All right, we have to redraw here. God damn it. Okay, I mean, we could take chapel. It just sucks. Okay, I just... don't be too hard on yourself, Ryan. This run was always just going to be terrible. This run was always just... It was literally cursed. Get it out of the way. We'll do a secret garden key, sure. It's locked. We don't have any more keys. I don't even have the gems to go to the other side to draft from the other side. This run could end at any second. Here's a dig spot, but I don't have a shovel. I didn't know you could skip the cutscene. I don't know if it did that because I accidentally clicked the button, but there was a little pop-up that said hold right mouse button to skip. That's handy. We'll see it again here in just a second. Okay. You don't think I could knock out more bricks in here, do you? I don't think so. I think those are the this and that are the only two things. Check the upper right-hand corner, left-hand corner. Hold to skip. Okay. This door is probably going to be locked, and if so, it's the end of the run. Oh, we live to tell the tale. Okay, we'll take storeroom because it's the literal... Oh, it's the literal only gem we can get, plus a shovel. Now, do I keep drafting from here? Or what do I do? Drafting classrooms is interesting because you kind of need to Your gym balance needs to sort of go in waves. Big waves, not small waves. You need to kind of go like up to 5 gyms so that you can draft 5 classrooms in a row and go back to 0. Then you collect some gyms. Then you can draft, like... I feel like the ideal classroom run is like get 9 gyms, then draft your first classroom, draft 8 classrooms in a row, and go from there. We have not gotten a computer yet, so we do not have a... There's my last key. Dude, the best thing we could do for ourselves right now would be to take this fucking sauna. I swear to God. But commissary might let us buy gyms. It's the only real hope we have. It's gonna cost us a coin. It costs a gym, might let us buy a gym. Let's do it. It's just not gonna work. This run is just cursed. It's just cursed. We get 1 gym, 2 gym, 3 gym, 4, 5. 5 gyms. We'll take salt shaker for sure. And metal detector is nice too, actually. I think this is still enough money to buy the no, it's not actually. Shit. I was gonna say to buy the torch if we get armory, but okay, it's locked. We don't have a key. We can go to classroom with 5 gyms and start drafting to see what happens. Of course, we will 100% run into a locked room and it'll all be over, but at least we'll get our cursed run out of the way. This is the wrong way. How did I go the wrong way? Other direction out of pool. Okay, we're getting so much food. Shout out to Secret Garden. Oh, a green apple? That's a different amount of footsteps, right? 2 to 3. Five to 6 for an orange. 2 for a banana. Sorry, 3 for a banana. Comes 4. I thought these were worth 5. 2 to 3. Okay, never mind. I misremembered. Okay, let's see how this goes. Office. Den. If I draft classroom here, does it face south? I think it might, which might mean that we have a dead end. Should I take den here? I should probably take den. Oh boy. I think if we draft classroom here, it faces south. I think that's just guaranteed. Meaning it would be the end of the run. We'll take den. And then we're not going to get to... The problem with that is we're not going to get to draft quite so easily at all. Oh boy. This run is just going to suck. I just got to make up my mind. Never mind, we got classroom. I'm a genius. Parlor, though. But this is good, because I could get 3 classrooms in a row, but it would still be a dead end. God damn it. Thinking 1, 2, 3, but it's still a dead end at that point. But I could try going up foundation. I don't have key cards, so never mind. No, I can't. I would need a key to keep drafting from commissary. Parlor will give me 3 gems, and then the ability to draft classroom that I think would actually go north, then right. It's so bad, though. Let's take the risky call and go parlor. God, this is so weird. Am I misplaying this? Probably. The good news is I think I can be risky because this run is just cooked. Gems are in the only true box. Only one statement is true. The gems are in the blue box. If this is true, only one statement is true. The gems are not in the only true box, and the gems are not in the blue box, meaning the gems would be in the black box, because they could not be in the true box or the blue box. That's if this is true. If this is false, then this is also false, because there is not one true box. Only one statement is true. The gems are in the only true box. If there is not only one statement true, the gems cannot be in the only true box. But does that still work, though? That would make this one true, which would make this one, which can't be, because this one would then not be false. So what did we decide? What was the other? If this is true, only one statement is true. False and false. I think it's got to be here, right? Is that what I said? Okay, good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, boy. Security we have to take here. The good news is it allows me to read some lore and some... See, that's what these are. These are recording. These are tapes. These are taping what is going on. But that ability has, like, turned off. So I want this ability to turn on. I want the tapes to be back on. Oh, I thought the music stopped. Instead, I think my headphones just pooped out. No, did the music stop? Uh-oh, now I can't tell. Ah! Okay. I'll just ignore it for now. Yeah, the music did stop. Okay, weird. Felt like the music stopped really suddenly there. Currently 1 fruit and 2 trunks. The trunks are in pool. Key card system, we should set this to low and unlocked. And we should log into the network. Swan song. Okay. So, we're going to get some electronic mail for the first time in a long time. However, we're going to be more thorough looking in and out and just make sure the only thing that has gotten turned on here has been mail. Schedule change is still disabled. Punching in and out is disabled. Staff announcements is just a sweet message to us from my friends in faithful service. We can special order a magnifying glass. We can... Let's read electronic mail first. Oh, baby! To Kirk Darren, stop recording. So... February 10th, 1987. Kirk, per our last meeting, Kirk Darren. I don't know who that is. Let's get a new folder set up on my inside of my other folder called emails. This is Kirk Darren. Per our last meeting, effective immediately, please suspend all security camera recordings. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to have tape logs of activity on the estate. I know this might seem like a security risk, but I promise good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. I can think of a couple reasons why this might work. Why this might happen. First things first, February 10th, 1987 is, I believe, like days after the disappearance of Simon's mother. She's staying in the safe house of the manor, using the manor to practice the closed exhibit robbery eventually. So, like, she would be seen on these tapes, which is a great reason to not have tapes. So this is security email 1. Makes sense to me. Let's double check that by checking our by double checking this is like no trace discovered. Last seen. This is actually even before. This is actually even before she goes missing. It's preemptive. It's preemptive. Before she even goes missing. Maybe meaning she may have been ushered into this very house. You would not want a recording of that, of course. Perfect. Cool. But who the fuck is Kirk Darren? Let me write that down, because that's new. Kirk Darren security? Question mark. From Ann Babbage, RE security measures. So this is... Hold up. So maybe we did this in the wrong order. We did it in the wrong order. November 5th, 1986. Mr. Darren, if you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he's working on in the clock tower. Interesting. I wonder what that project could possibly be. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and the Baron continually insist on confounding my staff and every other person who stumbles upon one of your colored memos. I'm not confident confusion is the best security, but it's not my department, so I'll leave that up to you and the Baron. January 24th, 87. So this is start of 1987. Mrs. Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the weight room. I love that we just found this out. Amazing. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room has gone from once in a red moon to his rare red moon, by the way, once in a blue moon. You're telling me that the lore of this game goes so deep as to insinuate that in the fictionally political entity of Finn Ares, in which the color black and many other colors have been completely overcome by the supremacy of the color red, that the our world phrase "once in a blue moon" is of course changed to "once in a red moon." Gone from once in a red moon to as rare as a man without self-pity. Jesus Christ. As such, we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that an antechamber lever is not only unsuited but also poses a security risk, I advise we either remove it or conceal it and install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. Well, that was done. It was concealed. A new brick wall. Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. I'm still learning how to use this machine. Thanks for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I'd considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion. I'll discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he has expressed interest in installing secondary access levers for both redundancy and convenience, so this may be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans should he still wish to do so. So the only thing that I question about this email right here is he claims redundancy and convenience here. Is it also not preparations for Mary coming to the house? I think it might be preparations for Mary coming to the house, or me eventually, you know? Okay, we have new, I'm going to screenshot all these emails just so that we have them. Although I just realized I ordered the emails in the wrong order because this is technically security email 3. Listen, a well-organized note-taking system is a good one. And the first email we read was actually technically message number 4. I feel like half of note-taking is just managing your notes to be managing and organizing your notes. Like, some people employ the, like, just write everything down, which I think is good, and probably generally, given the time, it's awesome. I do struggle with that one, partially because I kind of feel like my job is to be... Oh my god, I misspelled security twice. My job is more to be playing the game in a slightly entertaining fashion and a thorough fashion rather than just playing the game silently, writing notes down on my notepad. Leaving you guys out to dry for 60 seconds while I write a super detailed note. Okay. So we have all of the electronic mail read from this location. We should... Now, data transfers are still unavailable. I wonder if that can happen, too. Let's remote terminally access the laboratory. And let's see if we can't run an experiment and read the email. Experiment first. Oh, no. If I could have gotten this just a little earlier, I would have triggered each time you eat an apple so many times. There's 10 steps, gain 20 gold. Jesus Christ. I think we're going to do this still. It's still the best one. Each time you eat an apple, gain a key, gem, or a die. We will set that up. Research logs are very simple. Let's log into network. Swan song. Electronic mail. Oh, we still read. So the mail itself can only be accessed from... Is that correct? So we can maybe still only access the mail from the location itself, because if we log into network here, we're like jumping down a rabbit hole. Yeah, we're like jumping into a rabbit hole to jump into a rabbit hole, so we can only access email from here. That's fine. That means that we need to draft shelter at some point, because I need to read the emails in shelter. Which is fine with me. I'd love to go back there, honestly. It's locked. That's the end of our run. Fuck. That's the end of the run. That's the end of the run. That's all we can do. Well, didn't make it very far with the schoolhouses. Didn't make it very far with the curse. But we at least read a couple emails. That's fine. Is there anything else we can do? We can end in break room to give ourselves a key card for next time, which will be very helpful for trying to get that one room figured out. I cannot go outside into Foundation and then up because that is locked. I don't have a key card. I don't have a lantern to go outside. Blackbridge Grotto I have already visited. I don't have enough to switch the chess thing. There's nothing else, right? Yeah, there's nothing else. Okay. In that case, we could go try codes on the the rotating room downstairs for the... It has a red letter for that safe kind of room, but I don't have a clue about it, and I don't want to just go down there just to randomly try stuff. So what we will do instead is go to break room. And end in here. Okay, there's our cursed run. It was cursed indeed. Trying cursed and classroom was probably a little bit too much. I probably just should have tried to stay. But I thought it was an interesting way to draft mostly blue. Classroom gives you the opportunity to draft more blue rooms than normal. And I thought if we happen to get a ton of gems, and frankly, we had the gems, we just didn't have the keys. If we had gems and keys, we might have been able to make it work. But so it goes. That's gonna do it for this run. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, a little cursed effort, not perfect. We'll see if we can't run another a better run after this now that that curse is gone. So thanks so much for watching. We're a rustic campus, 4 classrooms and a library, not very far. That'll do it. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support on this series. I'll see you soon. Bye.